guys, right, so welcome to this video. This video is just giving you an insight basically to my nutrition whilst I'm on prep and I'm 8 weeks out. So as you can see, I'm in my gym very early. I've been doing this 46 minutes to be precise. Getting here around 6 o'clock. I try and get my fasted cardio done and my core work done. A bit of posing routine, all that kind of stuff as early as possible, so then I can go and help Amy with the morning routine with Alfie. But yeah, things are heating up now. What I'm doing typically at the minute, an hour cardio, 60 minutes, slight incline. As you can see, I'm not too out of breath, but I'm not going slow. So I've got medium intensity, an hour, and then every other day I'm doing 40 to 45 minutes with core work, about 30 minutes core work after. So today's going to be the core work, and then I'll do a main ab workout on Sunday. So this is kind of a new routine I've adopted for this prep. I just want to keep on top of not necessarily abdominal work, more core work, keeping everything tight, keeping my lower back and my hips from injury. That's one thing I don't want. I want to keep more loose and mobile so I can train as optimal as possible through my legs and my back, which is one of the main parts I'm trying to bring up. So there's all of it, there's a reason for it. So yeah, I'm going to finish this off and then I'll take you on my core work. So if you're wondering what I'm drinking whilst I'm training, I take EAAs, strawberry and lime I think they are, yeah, from My Protein, and then I've got the Nutri-Greens, formerly known as superfood greens, and there's like 34 different greens in there, plant extract, vegetables, bit of fruit extract, and L-carnitine, so I have I think it's, yeah, like a scoop of L-carnitine, around 15 ml I think it is, and that's what I sip on as I'm training. I take my peppermint tea before I start, and that's basically just for a warm drink when I wake up. That has matcha tea in, just to get all the health benefits from green tea, and then obviously we're going into I still class this as fasted. Some people may not class this as fasted because I've consumed something, but I'm not spiking my insulin levels because I'm not having carbs or anything like that. So for me, this is still fasted. First exercise was plank, again focusing on core. I don't know if you could see in there that every so often you're supposed to keep everything tight anyway, like a plank. So glutes, hamstrings, quads, your core, your obliques, your serratus, your chest, everything needs to be solid, tensed up. But every so often, no matter how much you tense and keep everything tight, you'll always soften off. So I don't know if you saw through there, probably every 20 seconds I reset and then squeezed again, and you get that full contraction all over again, and it's more painful, it's harder, but because I'm only doing 1 minute stints, I don't want to be doing a plank for 3-4 minutes. I want to make it as hard as I can for that minute, and that's why I do that. We're now moving on to the second exercise, which is a lying leg raise. With this, it's all dependent on the person and how they feel. I try to keep my lower back, which you should really, pressed into the ground. If you arch up, you're putting more into your hip flexors than you are into your midsection. So try to keep the base of your back pressed to the floor. You can put your hands either under you or by the side of you, just making sure you're not pressing off there and assisting in any way. And for me, I like to bring my upper back slightly off the ground. Some people keep it flat, which is perfectly fine. If you bring it slightly off, it shortens the motion, so it makes it harder, and you get to that pain rep a lot quicker, and that's technically what I want to do. I'm not bothered about hitting 15 reps. I'm bothered about getting to that pain threshold as quick as I can, and that's where I'm at. Whoa. exercise. Bouncing ball, crunches, medicine ball, aerobics ball, whatever you want to call it, crunches. But obviously it looks very easy using that, you can spring up. The whole point of that is to contract the abs yourself, is be able to keep under load by contracting it yourself. Going for like 20 reps, or a lot of reps, but just really focusing on the squeeze, holding for a second and back up. I do a lot of heavy weighted ab exercises, but I tend to do that on a Sunday now. This is more like own body weight core work. Just we are officially 9 weeks out. When this comes out, we're probably going to be 8 weeks actually, so yeah, we're a week behind. Ashley's slacking. But I wanted to talk to you about where we're at with nutrition. So supplement wise, this is everything I consume in and around training. So really all my powders are consumed around training, and that's purely for the absorption rate. If I was to have solid food in carbohydrates and protein sources, it's going to take 3 to 4 hours to digest in the body. Whereas if you're having it in a liquid form, you could be in the system within an hour, helping the repair, helping the fatigue, the endurance whilst training. So it's a vital point of pushing through plateaus around training. So I'm going to talk you through now, because we're at the, let's say, the 8-week mark. Multidextrin is reduced from this week. So I've been having 100 pre, 100 during and 100 post. So it's 300 grams of carbs just in and around my training. But now it's going to be 50 pre, 50 intra, 100 post. So we're still having 200, but there's a significant drop now. So I should start to see a difference there. People ask me why you're taking multidextrin over something like a cyclic dextrin or a Vitago or a Carb 10, which are a lot faster, better quality carb. The reason for it is I've always had multidextrin. When I couldn't afford cyclic dextrin, I've always prepped on multidextrin. It's a cheap carb, level entry, low entry, but my body's used to it, and I never saw a difference. I went onto the Carb 10, the cyclic dextrin, didn't see a difference, and I enjoy multidextrin, so I'm sticking at it. Why change anything that doesn't need fixing? The protein, which is post-workout, chocolate nut or chocolate orange are my go-to at the minute. It's the whey impact, so we're looking at around 50 grams post-workout of protein. So it is a lot, but my body can consume that now. I hold a lot more muscle tissue, so 50 grams is above average, but it's doable. Again, it's low in carbs, low in sugar. We've got, I can't believe I'm admitting this, not that I'm not a fan of pre-workouts, I just had a bad experience in the past and I just became too reliant on pre-workouts. So this is here, in and around now, when I need it, as and when I need it. So if I'm tired or if I'm training later on in the day and I'm struggling a little bit, this is just going to help me pick me up. So it's quite high in caffeine, there's beta-alanine, niacin, all that kind of stuff, all the good stuff in pre-workouts. Citrulline malate, which is going to help with pump, vasodilation to the blood, again, which is a blood pumping agent. Now I'm rambling a little bit. We're going to go on to EAAs. This is something I've taken religiously since EAAs become a thing. It was always BCA before, but now it's EAAs, and that is pre and intra workout. Creatine, I keep all the way in. A lot of people say, why do you keep it in all the way in? Does it not make you hold water? But yes, monohydrate has a tendency for holding water. I've never struggled with holding water on it, and I keep it all the way in until about a week out. So it would only take 3 or 4 days to get out of the system anyway. So if you are worried of that, just be mindful of it. But that's my go-to at the minute in and around training. Right, so predominantly I have 5 meals a day. I used to have 6, but I just, married life with kids, it's just hard to get 6 meals in. So 5 is ample, just bigger portion sizes. So in that we have oats with whey protein with almonds, blueberries. I've had the same breakfast for the last 20 odd years. I've never even changed it off season. So you've probably seen that anyway. I have already ate that. We're going to have meal 2, which is typically eggs. And I normally have it eggs and rice. But mixing it up, being a bit adventurous, we're going to have poached eggs as normal, rice cakes, and a bit of smoked salmon, and you make them into little sandwiches. And that's when you know you're dieting, when that excites you. So that's going to be meal 2, which I'm going to make now. Meal 3 is chicken, rice, and green. It's either asparagus or broccoli. That's typically my pre-workout meal, so just high protein, high carbs, little on the fat. And then we go into the evening time, which is 2 salmon fillets, around 250 grams of salmon, so quite high amounts of salmon, with 185 to 200 grams of rice, with again greens. And then my last meal is 2 fillet steaks, which is around the 300 gram mark, with white rice, again 200 grams ish, and asparagus and broccoli. So very monotonous, quite boring, but when I'm prepping a lot of meals, it's quite easy to do. I never get bored of rice, so I keep it as 1 carb source. If I'm feeling adventurous, or if Amy wants to eat a steak with me, I'll maybe get some new potatoes and roast them, or boil them, have them as boiled new potatoes, around 300 grams of white potato. Typically don't have sweet potato anymore, just because they're messy to make, to be honest with you. I enjoy sweet potato, but no matter what, if I bake them, they stick to the pan, they take me ages to scrape off, can't be bothered. You have to skin them to make them into mash, whatever, can't be honest. When you're on prep,
you just want it as easy as possible.
Yeah, you just go for convenience. So they're my typical meals, and I'm going to show you them as I'm cooking them. We've got a photo shoot tomorrow, we've got a busy day today filming, so I want to get them all pre-cooked. If I'm at home, I'll make them as I go along, because it's just nice and fresh. And yeah, if you're lucky enough to be able to do that, do that. Meal prep is done for the day, plus for tomorrow as well, or a little bit for tomorrow. So as you can see, I've already had breakfast, which is my oats. Second meal, I've had my eggs, which I've got to admit, that might actually be taking over my oats as my favourite meal at the minute. Woohoo! Now we've got meal 3, meal 4, meal 5 done for 2 days. So we've got the chicken breast here with the rice, we've got the fillet steaks with the rice, and broccoli obviously, and then we've got the salmon fillets with rice as well. So this took me in all probably just over half an hour, something like that. So it's really easy to do. So when people say they haven't got time to do it, you have. If you calculate over the day how many times you use your phone, messing around on Instagram or whatever, that would equate to over half an hour, and all of this could have been done and prevent you from cheating, eating snacky meals on the go. I've got no excuses now. I'm prepped for the next 2 days. Ace. Right, so I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you for watching it. Like I said, I just wanted to give you insight into food. The problem with me is I eat the same food 24/7. Even when I'm off season, I enjoy my food, or I enjoy the food that I eat. So it's quite monotonous, I feel like, just showing you the same thing. But I just want to be true to what I'm doing, and bring you in on the journey. So this is where I'm currently at. These are the weights that I'm having in my food, and hopefully you're taking something from it. Maybe the way I've cooked it, maybe how I structure it out through the day, However it is, if someone's taking a little bit something from it, it's worth doing. So yeah, again, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to keep saying subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, please subscribe, like. I'll see you in the next one.